Hi, welcome to a Halloween-obsessed 15-year-old saying words in your general direction. Today I'm doing a review on the 2020 Remake Seasonal Visions Life-Size Uncle Charlie. Now, this guy, as I just stated, was a remake, one of SVI's line of remakes that so far have all been really fucking good. Him, Flesh-Eating Zombie over there. There was the remake of Limb Ripper back in 2017, which was basically just the same thing as the original, and most recently, and most notably, to be honest, Whack-A-Mole. All of these are immensely better than the originals, and that stands true for Uncle Charlie. That being said, this is my least favorite of the redesigns. That's not to say that I don't absolutely love it, because I do. This is probably one of my favorite life sizes that I own so far. Actually, I say that about all my life sizes. I feel bad if I pick favorites. All of them are my favorite. This guy, I absolutely love. I got him at Spirit back in 2020. I saw him on display, and after seeing him on the website as well, I begged my mom to let me get him. So, while I was sitting here at home, I forgot what I was doing, my mother, bless her heart, ran up to Spirit Halloween and picked up this guy. I ran downstairs to my friends who were also chilling down here, and I immediately began to set him up. I got him set up, but originally I didn't know how his shirt went, but then I figured that out, and I put him exactly where you see him now. I left him on motion sensor most of the night at a very low volume, which is what I do with a lot of my props once I first get them, because I just love them a lot and want to activate them a lot. I don't know why. It's just always kind of been a thing I do. But back on the topic of this being my least favorite of the remakes, this, of course, trumps the original Uncle Charlie in every single way except for one. The fact that the original Charlie was way creepier. But I still like this one better. In the creepiness sense, the old one felt like he was gonna fondle my taint. This one just kind of feels like he might eat people. I kind of like the vibe of this one more. It makes me feel less, uncomfortable, question mark, and just a little bit, like, off-put. And I like that more. I don't know why. Although, I will admit, the original one, the face just, it's always gonna be a bit more, not a bit more, probably a lot more unsettling to look at. But that's literally the only thing that's not as good about this. Other than that, he's of course an amazing remake. He has the infrared sensor. He's not sound activated because for some reason I think SVI has put sound sensors in like 2 of their props over the years. I used this guy so much. I had candy for a while sitting in his bucket, but the problem is that with the bucket, and this was also an even bigger problem on the original, for this guy, if you have too much candy in the bucket, it begins to bend the arm. So mine's arm is permanently bent downwards a bit, so it can't really be taken off. It can with enough force, but it's difficult, because the metal that holds the arm together is so bent. I took all the candy out of it now, I'm just putting it in another candy dish, but it's at least better than on the original, because if you had too much candy in that one, it would fall over on its fucking face, which I find kind of more funny, to be honest. Yeah, this guy, as I said, was made in 2020. He was the second SVI remake. As I stated, they remade Limb Ripper in 2017, only 5 years after the original one came out. This is the 10-year anniversary of Charlie, because people at this point had been begging for a remake of him, because the original was dog shit. Similar boat to both Flesh-Eating Zombie and also Whack-A-Mole. The original one was absolute god-awful, and now they remade the character, same character, but much better looks, and much better movement, and much better build quality, and much better sound quality, and literally everything is better, and there's literally no reason to own the original one, except if you're a collector, like me. I don't own the original one, though. I love this guy, although mine does have a couple of problems. For it being so new, it's kind of surprising, but I think it's just because of the fact that I used it so goddamn much, and also these earlier production Charlies are very jank. This is another situation where the latex on the face would look a little weird sometimes because it would get fucked up during production. Luckily, mine's face looks amazing. I really love how he looks. But he does have a couple of issues. Firstly, the speaker in mine, for some reason, after like a couple of months ago at this point, it started making this constant, like, static noise, and I couldn't figure out why. I thought it was like a dusty contact or something, but I didn't really want to break him at all. Like, I didn't want to damage his board. So what I did is I opened him up and I just kind of cut the wire to the speaker, and now I use an external speaker on him. How I have it set up is that I have a computer speaker in his hips. It's sitting on the pants inside of his, like, stomach area, and then down there is another one. That one is specifically for volume control and no sound comes out of it. I have it set so that I put the auxiliary cord in just enough to the point where it only goes through the left speaker as opposed to both speakers, so that one, being the right speaker, doesn't produce any sound, so it specifically comes from him, and that's the volume control for it. Aside from that, his eyes also no longer light up. My dumbass, it was really dark, and I accidentally plugged the eye wire into the mouth wire. And basically what happened is, since the mouth mechanism takes like way more power than the eye lights, it popped the LEDs. They are both done for. I probably could fix it if I really tried, but I don't feel like damaging the mask at all. I asked Spirit for a new head, and I guess they didn't have any new heads at the time, but since now that this is being brought back this year as an online only, I'm hoping that they'll actually have more heads sent in from Seasonal Visions, but I'm not sure, I could be wrong. Regardless, to be honest, I don't really care. On Charlie, the light up eyes is a little odd, because when you think about it, when you get down to it, he's just kind of a guy, right? He doesn't have that, like, he doesn't like have any paranormal powers. He's just a dude, and I kind of like that, honestly. I really like that about him, the fact that he's just a guy. Makes him somehow more frightening, to me at least. Yeah, other than that, his mouth still works perfectly, his head works perfectly, of course, and everything else is fine. It's just me being an idiot with the eyes, and then the speaker, I don't know what happened. I think it got dusty. Yeah, I have him attached to a try me button. I think I have him attached to the one on the top, to the left of him. So yeah, he has, I think, 5 phrases. 4 of them are original, but they are pitched up a little bit, and then one of them is completely new. All the laughs, if I'm correct, were re-recorded also, and they're a lot less malicious now, and more of just him sounding fucking insane. And I like that a lot better, because once again, it doesn't feel like he's gonna fondle my butt. So, anyway, I will now demonstrate him.
Want a little candy? Come on! I won't hurt you. Much.
Maybe I'll put him on infrared sensor. That would actually probably be easier to activate him from far away.
Come here.
That was continuous mode. Whoops.
It's all fun and games. Till somebody loses their soul.
His eyes are supposed to light up yellow, by the way. Come on, buddy.
Hurry! Clowns scare me, too.
I love that phrase. Yeah, I'll zoom in on his face so you can see how the mouth movement is. Also, his hat is massive. Without the hat, he's about, I think he is like 6 foot even without the hat on, and then the hat makes him like 6'3".
Step right up! The voice to live an hour inside wins a prize! Want a little candy? Come on! I won't hurt you. much. Come here, take a little bite. You know you want to.
Alright, I believe that's all the phrases. And also that one right there, take a little bite, you know you want to, that is the new phrase. That's the one that was not in the original. Let's see if I can get him to activate. The infrared sensors are pretty good, but his is pointing toward the ceiling.
It's all fun and games. Till somebody loses their soul.
Yeah, I absolutely love this guy. I would recommend getting him from the Spirit website now, because the 2021 models are actually a lot better than the 2020 models. Mainly in the face, and I believe the shoes are a bit better. Like, you see how the shoes are pretty shiny? It's because the plastic they used is like, it's weird. It's really cheap. If you compare it to like Wacky Mole's over to the right, you can see his shoes are more matted, and also I'm going to do a review on him soon. You can see his shoes are more matted, and I think that's kind of how Charlie's are for this year as well. But I would totally recommend getting this guy. He's an amazing animatronic in my opinion. And yeah, great build quality, great everything, except mine has its issues because I'm fucking stupid and I blew out the LEDs in the eyes. Anyway, that's about it. Oh, he retailed for $210, if I remember correctly. I hope you enjoyed me saying things in the direction of a microphone, where it actually goes through the microphone and is digitally recorded, and then I uploaded it to the internet, and then you went on the website that I uploaded it to, and you're now hearing it and watching the video that I put along with it using my camera, and then uploading to the internet using my computer. His eyes are very detailed.